racism claim. Last June, according to Outkick, she accused a fan of harassing her and her black teammates and, quote, blocking them from entering their team hotel. A subsequent video of the scene and the comments from her own general manager told a very different story. They report that in June of 2024, her team, the Chicago Sky, was in Washington, D.C. for a game, and Angel Reese posted to X, quote, finding out our team's hotel to pull a camera.
A fabricated racial incident has dominated sports headlines recently. The Women's National Basketball Association became embroiled in a controversy that would eventually prove baseless. A comprehensive examination reveals how social media speculation transformed into a league-wide probe, ultimately exposing the fragility of modern sports journalism. The situation unfolded during a matchup between two prominent rookie players. Indiana Fever's Caitlin Clark faced Chicago Sky's Angel Reese in what should have been a routine basketball contest. Both athletes had established reputations for aggressive play and competitive dialogue on the court. Spectators anticipated an intense confrontation between these emerging talents.
As we get off the bus and put it in my teammate's face and harass her is nasty work. This really is out of control and needs to stop. Sky forward Michaela Anyawari accused someone of calling somebody else on the team and other women ghetto bitches. Isabel Harrison said this man stormed them to the point they couldn't even step off the bus. However, reports Outkick, months later, there's still zero proof of the alleged incident, and all evidence continues to suggest it did not happen in the way Reese and her teammates tell it. There is video from the scene.
During the first half, tension escalated when Reese attempted to secure a rebound. Clark made contact with Reese's leading arm, causing her to lose balance and fall. Game officials immediately recognized the infraction and assessed a flagrant foul penalty. The collision appeared deliberate, with Clark striking Reese's arm before the player tumbled to the floor. Following the fall, Reese quickly recovered and pursued Clark across the playing surface, visibly frustrated by the contact. The arena atmosphere became charged momentarily, though both competitors minimized the incident during post-game media sessions. Clark characterized the play as standard basketball competition, while Reese concurred, stating that such encounters were expected elements of the sport.
The man in question does not harass, storm at, threaten, or get in the face of the players, as the women stated. Rather, he simply recorded himself asking Carter, one of the players, if she had a chance to reach out to Caitlin Clark. Via the New York Post, the players on the Sky team claim the video was edited and fails to capture the man's alleged harassment. But in an interview with the Chicago Sun-Times a week after, the GM of the team, Jeff Pagliaccia,
Reese explained her mindset remained focused on converting the awarded free throws. She acknowledged the difficulty of shooting without defenders positioned along the lane, describing it as different from typical game situations. The player emphasized her concentration on successful shot execution rather than dwelling on the physical contact. The narrative shifted dramatically following the press conferences. Associated Press reporting indicated the WNBA had initiated an investigation regarding alleged racist harassment directed toward Reese by Fever supporters during the contest. The league issued an official statement condemning discrimination in all manifestations.
Described the incident exactly as shown in this clip. Quote, "It was over as fast as it started. I'm very confident in our security, always making our players feel safe," he said, quote. The man had a camera, was trying to approach guard Chennedy Carter. However, security was able to de-escalate the situation without the assistance of police. Here is the clip that we have of the incident.
The organization declared that racism, hatred, and discrimination possess no place within their league or society broadly. Officials acknowledged awareness of the accusations and committed to examining the matter thoroughly. This announcement transformed a standard basketball game into the focal point of a league-wide inquiry. Reese subsequently modified her public stance. She published a social media video featuring a screenshot that depicted Clark walking away following the foul, accompanied by the caption describing a white gal running from the fade. The post was later removed from the platform. The social media content went viral immediately, generating polarized reactions. Some observers praised Reese for authenticity, while others criticized the post as unnecessary provocation. The timing appeared particularly questionable, given the ongoing investigation into alleged racist behavior by Clark's supporters.
Ms. Carter, have you got the chance to reach out to Caitlin?
Hey, man, come on with that.
Relax. Have you got a chance to reach out to Caitlin? Trinity, have you got the chance? The basketball world wants to know if you've gotten a chance to reach out to her.
Following the deleted post, Reese addressed reporters about the purported racist comments she encountered during the game. She described the experience as emotionally challenging and expressed gratitude for organizational support. The player thanked the WNBA and her team for their assistance throughout the process. Reese emphasized that discrimination could affect any player and praised the league's swift response. She referenced the organization's recent No Hate, No Smoke campaign, suggesting awareness of such issues among league personnel. The player spoke about the exhausting nature of performing under such circumstances.
This is the alleged terrible, terrible man who pulled the camera as we get off the bus, put in my teammate's face, and harass, in all caps, her. It's nasty work. It needs to stop. And that he was allegedly calling the women ghetto bitches.
However, concrete evidence remained absent throughout the controversy. No video recordings, audio documentation, or witness testimony substantiated the allegations. When pressed for specifics about the racist incidents, Reese provided vague responses about difficulty hearing the comments. Investigation revealed that neither Reese's coaching staff nor teammates had detected any discriminatory language during the contest. Many team members reported complete unawareness of any incident until the story emerged online. The inquiry was triggered by anonymous social media claims rather than direct reports to team or league officials.
Which is strange, because I did not hear ghetto bitches on the tape. Outkick has been asking this team, the Chicago Sky team, what happened? What's the truth? Because what you allege does not match up with the video nor the GM's description of what actually happened, and asking whether they stand by Angel Reese's allegations. The team refuses to respond. They've also tried to contact several members of the team for comment. They've all refused to respond.
The investigation's foundation rested entirely on unverified online speculation. No individuals present at the arena had filed complaints during or immediately after the game. Reese herself had not reported any incidents to officials or coaching staff while the contest was occurring. Central to the controversy was a fourth-quarter moment when Reese attempted free throws. Online commentators claimed to hear animal sounds from the crowd, interpreting these as racist harassments. Video footage circulated showing the incident with unusual background noise audible during the sequence. League officials conducted thorough audio and video analysis of the game footage. Their examination determined the sounds were inconclusive and most likely represented typical crowd noise or noisemakers commonly used to distract opposing players during free throw attempts. No evidence supported racist intent behind the sound.
I mean, again, this is something that happened very commonly in the wake of the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd incident, where we invented all of these very, sensitive frameworks for when racism happens, for when you're supposed to object and launch a sort of scandal. And I think people got to the point where they realized, if you're going to raise serious racism accusations, you need to have a serious basis for it. It seems like the whole country moved on from this sort of thing. I don't know why the Women's Basketball Association is continuously
WNBA.
engulfed in these sort of things. Yeah, the WNBA.
The noise appeared consistent with standard arena distractions rather than targeted harassment. Such devices are frequently employed during opponent free throw attempts as legitimate crowd participation. The sounds did not clearly resemble the alleged discriminatory noises described by online observers. The league invested 10 days investigating the claims, interviewing attendees, arena personnel, and reviewing comprehensive broadcast material. Despite extensive efforts, no credible evidence emerged supporting the racism allegations. The controversy dominated WNBA discussions, shifting focus from athletic performance to spectator behavior.
Given that this is the sort of thing that is going to alienate people, that whole incident with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese with that foul that Caitlin Clark made on Angel Reese, which I've watched men's basketball for decades. Every single time a shooter is open, someone comes and tries to foul them by slapping the ball out of their hands, which is exactly what she did. But because of those two players, it became some sort of racial dynamic. I don't know what it is about this league. I do think they've defined themselves in this very politically oriented way, almost more so than the basketball. And I think it's ultimately going to just drive people away because
Media coverage amplified the situation significantly. Sports commentators immediately framed the story as confirmed racism before any factual verification occurred. ESPN's Monica McNutt was among the first prominent voices to address the allegations on national television. McNutt emphasized the seriousness of racist comments and unsafe conditions allegedly directed toward Reese. She speculated about reverse circumstances, suggesting different media treatment if roles were exchanged. The commentator stressed that genuine basketball fans should reject such behavior categorically. Other media personalities followed similar approaches. Fox Sports' Emmanuel Acho and ESPN's Cheney Aguamaike echoed comparable perspectives, treating unverified allegations as established facts. Their commentary suggested fans were using the basketball incident as justification for expressing underlying racial prejudices. These commentators implied that spectators were seeking opportunities to voice previously suppressed discriminatory views. They characterized the situation as revealing hidden racial tensions among fan bases. The analysis presumed guilt before evidence collection or verification processes.
People go to watch basketball, not to be engulfed in all of these fake scandals all the time.
Exactly right. It's like, well, we barely want to watch the WNBA to begin with. People started to watch it because Caitlin Clark came in and was a total phenom. And like the female Michael Jordan is how people were describing her. And so she got bottoms in the seats and she got tickets sold and she got people watching on television. And then the response from the league was uniform hate.
However, concrete evidence remained absent throughout the controversy. No video recordings, audio documentation, or witness testimony substantiated the allegations. When pressed for specifics about the racist incidents, Reese provided vague responses about difficulty hearing the comments. Investigation revealed that neither Reese's coaching staff nor teammates had detected any discriminatory language during the contest. Many team members reported complete unawareness of any incident until the story emerged online. The inquiry was triggered by anonymous social media claims rather than direct reports to team or league officials.
That's the hand that's been dealt right now, of course, with all the injuries. Caitlin Clark, Sophia Cunningham being out, Stephanie White making us somehow, some way kind of miss Christy Sides at times. I can't believe I just said that out loud. Although I did see those pictures of Christy Sides out boot scooting boogieing, and my goodness, I wasn't familiar with your game. So anyway,
The investigation's foundation rested entirely on unverified online speculation. No individuals present at the arena had filed complaints during or immediately after the game. Reese herself had not reported any incidents to officials or coaching staff while the contest was occurring. Central to the controversy was a fourth-quarter moment when Reese attempted free throws. Online commentators claimed to hear animal sounds from the crowd, interpreting these as racist harassments. Video footage circulated showing the incident with unusual background noise audible during the sequence. League officials conducted thorough audio and video analysis of the game footage. Their examination determined the sounds were inconclusive and most likely represented typical crowd noise or noisemakers commonly used to distract opposing players during free throw attempts. No evidence supported racist intent behind the sound.
We're going to talk about last night's game just a little bit more because something was birthed last night. Something was hatched. A little rivalry action last night, a little trash talk. A couple of players almost went at it. And for once, Angel Reese was actually picking on somebody her own size. Now, if I was to take bets in this, Nalissa Smith versus Angel Reese,
The noise appeared consistent with standard arena distractions rather than targeted harassment. Such devices are frequently employed during opponent free throw attempts as legitimate crowd participation. The sounds did not clearly resemble the alleged discriminatory noises described by online observers. The league invested 10 days investigating the claims, interviewing attendees, arena personnel, and reviewing comprehensive broadcast material. Despite extensive efforts, no credible evidence emerged supporting the racism allegations. The controversy dominated WNBA discussions, shifting focus from athletic performance to spectator behavior.
I'm putting all of my $2.47, I'm putting all of that on Nalissa Smith, all right? I'm not sure it would be even close. Like, I'm not sure Angel Reese would actually want that to turn into something where hands are involved, because my goodness, I mean, I'm just going to keep it real. Melissa Smith, I think she's sort of.
Such inconsistencies undermine trust in both league administration and sports journalism. When similar situations receive vastly different treatment, it creates perceptions of bias and selective enforcement. Equal standards should apply regardless of the parties involved in controversial situations. The broader implications extend beyond individual incidents to systemic issues within sports media and league governance. Unequal treatment of similar situations damages credibility and ferens legitimate efforts to address actual discrimination when it occurs. The controversy ultimately distracted from athletic achievement and competitive excellence. Instead of discussing basketball performance and player development, attention focused on unsubstantiated allegations and media coverage patterns. This shift harmed both individual athletes and the sport's broader reputation. The situation demonstrates how social media speculation can rapidly escalate into major controversies without factual foundations. Anonymous online claims triggered extensive investigations and dominated news cycles, despite lacking credible evidence from the outset.
Believes she's a little bit more masculine, right? Now, I'm going to tell you, far as flexing goes, we talked about this a little earlier. Melissa Smith showed her ass last night. She did. I mean, at 6 of 12 from the field, 27 minutes, 20 points, 3 block shots last night. Showing out right there in front of her very own Dejanay Carrington. Showing out, indeed.
The media response lacked journalistic caution or fact-checking protocols. Commentary proceeded as though racism had been definitively established, despite the absence of supporting evidence. No pause for verification occurred before widespread condemnation and analysis. After 10 days of comprehensive investigation, league officials announced their findings. Based on information gathered from relevant fans, teams, and arena staff, plus thorough audio and video review, they could not substantiate the racism allegations. No concrete evidence supported claims of discriminatory abuse. The official statement acknowledged extensive investigative efforts, but concluded insufficient proof existed to validate the accusations. Despite this finding, debate continued among fans and media personalities. Some supporters maintained that Reese's experiences should not be dismissed, while others pointed to the lack of evidence as reason for closure. Following the investigation's conclusion, Chini Ogwumike issued a public apology. She acknowledged that her initial comments were emotionally driven and stemmed from care for the situation. The commentator explained that her response was based on conversations with individuals close to the circumstances who had raised legitimate concerns. Ogwumike admitted that her reaction may have impacted fans in unintended ways and expressed regret for any negative consequences. She committed to improving her approach to sharing perspectives and growing alongside the sport she claimed to love and respect.
But across the way was Angel Reese that went 4 for 13 again, showing that the other day was just a glimmer of hope that she had figured out how to start playing, as in only take 5 to 6 shots a game, get rebounds, distribute the ball out to everybody out on the perimeter, and quit shooting the ball. So, something also happened last night.
The controversy also highlighted the dangerous precedent of allowing anonymous social media claims to trigger major institutional responses. Verification and accountability standards must improve to prevent similar situations from undermining legitimate discourse about discrimination. Professional sports leagues must balance addressing genuine concerns with avoiding validation of false allegations. Clear protocols for investigating discrimination claims could help prevent future controversies while maintaining commitment to equality and fair treatment. The media's role in amplifying unverified allegations requires scrutiny and reform. Journalistic standards should prevent speculation from being presented as fact, particularly regarding sensitive topics like racism and discrimination. Both athletes involved deserve focus on their basketball abilities rather than manufactured controversies. Clark and Reese represent the future of women's basketball and should be celebrated for their athletic contributions rather than entangled in fabricated disputes.
All right, down around the rim, Melissa Smith and Angel Reese both got technical fouls, and things got a little chippy between the two.
Chicago's done a nice job defensively. Nice pass. pass.
Right there.
How did Dejounte hit that to Smith? That was in our line of sight. There wasn't any daylight.
Yeah, the speed and accuracy of that pass.
Now we got some chippiness. Smith and Reese jawing at each other.
Despite widespread viral circulation, mainstream sports media largely ignored the Carter incident. No high-profile analysis, leaked statements, or formal investigations resulted from the viral video. The situation received minimal coverage from established sports journalism outlets. Carter herself never addressed the allegations or provided clarification about her comments. No reporters questioned her about the incident during press conferences, despite the video's massive online circulation. The silence contrasted sharply with the extensive coverage of Reese's unsubstantiated claims. This disparity illustrated potential double standards in sports media coverage. Unverified allegations from Reese triggered comprehensive league investigation and media analysis, while documented video evidence of potentially discriminatory language from Carter received minimal attention. The inconsistent treatment raised questions about selective outrage and journalistic priorities. Some forms of alleged racism generated immediate institutional responses, while others were quietly overlooked. This pattern suggested bias in determining which incidents warranted serious examination. Carter's silence on the matter appeared suspicious to some observers. If the allegations were false, immediate denial and clarification would seem logical. Instead, the absence of response allowed speculation to persist without official contradiction or explanation. The lack of media follow-up on Carter's situation contrasted dramatically with the extensive coverage of Reese's claims. This disparity suggested that certain types of racist allegations received different treatment based on the racial dynamics involved.